Hello, hello. I'm just writing something down first. Channeled message I have to give for the Twin Flame Collective. Okay, that's cool. So I just got a channeled message as I was coming on for the Twin Flame Collective. Hello, hello. This is Juniper Blue Mystique. I am, in simple terms, an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and Divine Guide. I am the one who brought about the ascension, okay? What does that mean? Well, it's all witnessed and on this channel for you guys to actually see. So I encourage you to like and subscribe, or at least subscribe and stick around and do your research. Check out the videos, okay? Because everything is witnessed, proven, and recorded. People want different kinds of proof, so be careful which proof you ask for, but I promise it's there. So welcome. So I do have to give a quick description. Sorry for those that keep hearing this over and over. What does it mean to bring about the ascension? It started with my Kundalini awakening in 2019. Then the ascension is actually the return of Christ, and that's what that means, to ascend into God, right? Then I started doing crazy things like healing people. Then it went into clearing Mt Shasta, which is going to be a full circle conversation that I'm going to come back to. It's very important. Mount Shasta was a very important first portal that I activated. And the ascension is about getting through the portals. Okay, so 13 gates. That's what the portals represent. It is very biblical. It's just the right Bible. So pay attention to that. But then it went into activating pyramids, all of the female ones first, which I didn't know that because my DM was not awake yet. Okay. After I activated all the pyramids, I also rose Atlantis. I did things to the sun and the moon because there was false concepts on both. I undid the false concept of time. Then I started waking up my divine masculine, and I united twin flames, which I didn't know what I was doing really as I was doing it. I was just following my nudges, listening to spirit, and fighting the shadow the whole entire time. Once my DM was awake, he ended up taking off with a fallen angel. Okay? This is very important because the ascension was thwarted for an entire year. We almost didn't make it, and most people don't know that. I almost died. I was attacked many, many times by 3 different fallen angels, Spirit says, and I didn't know that at the time. Somehow I survived. Somehow I kept holding strong. Spirit called me Mahogany, okay? I won my DM's soul back from the other side, which I didn't even know I was doing that either. I had no idea it was commandeered or that he had a dark soul. And twin souls are like, you know, twin flames. That's what this video is about, really, is my DM and twin flames. And twin souls are the same soul, basically. There's a little extra ingredients, right? Because he has his own personality and a little bit of his own soul. But essentially, twin souls, twin flames are the same soul in 2. One's a female component and one's a masculine. And that is God. Okay, that is why God made Adam and Eve, Sekhmet and Horus, and Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and all of those components were me clearing the return of Christ. After I tried to unite with my DM, and then he finally refused again and again after I even won his soul back to come, because he couldn't really see clearly, but he also had a black hole in his heart. He did die. He chose to. It was through his choice. God gave him time and choice, okay? But on August 30th of last year, he died, and I got a new DM, okay? So one DM was in the darkness. The new one is pure light, all right? Now, the new one has had a little bit of a rough time coming forward. But after my DM died on August 30th of last year, came Christmas time, and that was the first time my new DM was called forward. Unfortunately, he hesitated, right? Those darkness woes, the shadow woes got to him a little bit, I think, or fear, or whatever it was. And he hesitated. So I ended up uniting Jesus and Mary Magdalene, which was the resurrection, part of the resurrection of Christ on my own. And I undid the false Holy Grail. And that played out live on this channel, which is why it's a really good idea to subscribe and stick around and pay attention, because you might see and actually get to witness quite a bit on this channel, because this is the hub of everything. This is my main channel. I do have 3 of them. I know I'm trying to go fast, but it's a really long introduction because it has to be. So I do try to go a little bit fast. And people have a little bit hard time keeping focus sometimes. So I take that into consideration too. But we are also good at that. That's the world we came from. We got to hurry, 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 grab our phones, do these things, right? So I encourage you guys to just slow down and chill out and sit with me sometimes, or at least pay attention to the videos. The pyramid activations are portals for you to witness, awaken in. Some of them you can heal in. Some of them are available on my website for purchase to heal in. It's more for witnessing. But either way, after I did Jesus and Mary Magdalene and I undid the false Holy Grail, my DM was called forward a few more times, and we're constantly being attacked. There's a big push to keep the twin souls apart for a reason, right? That's what happened to you guys. That's what happened to this planet. That's what happened to Adam and Eve, a false goddess. Actually, it wasn't Eve eating the apple. We got really beat up and taken down and murdered, essentially. They manipulate your free will, which is why I talk a lot about darkness, okay, and the shadow, which is what you have to overcome in order to ascend. So I'm trying to get to the main gist of things. But after Christmas, my DM would come around in the energy a lot more, and eventually we got to activate masculine pyramids, which was Ecuador. We did it around the equator line, and we moved the equator line. I've also changed the poles. I took us into 7D, so we actually have 5 more poles on this planet. And I've been saying for years that I'm changing the weather, which now you can actually see it. So if you go back and watch my videos, watch Mt Shasta, watch me undo the false concept of time, the sun and the moon, watch me activate these pyramids, I say and do a lot of things in them that are now being proven. That's why the proof is there. Okay, you just have to watch, and I encourage you guys to do so. After we did the masculine pyramids, my DM still hasn't come, unfortunately. And, you know, with that happens, I'm vulnerable, he's vulnerable, and we get attacked a lot. And I just keep growing stronger and stronger and trying harder and harder. But now he's being called forward again because Mt Shasta is coming into play. All right? So we have Mt Shasta. My DM needs to do something there, and I've said that for a while. And because he has not, and because we have not come together, the collective soul cannot see clearly, because I am the Eye of Ra, which is in the Nile. We also cleared the Nile. That came up too. Where I cleared the Nile, they took my feet, put it in water. And this was after the masculine pyramids. This was just on June 24th. It's all on my channel, and I know it's a lot, but this is the entirety of the ascension. The return of Christ was Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus. And I am the female version of all of those, and my DM is the masculine version of all of those. It took a long time for me to process and witness and feel and almost die through. So I just encourage you to watch the videos. Don't go into judgment, okay? And this is why I do a lot of twin flame videos too, because it's my journey. My journey has been saving my twin flame, trying to get to know the new one, trying to love him, and just, you know, in that, healing myself, calling all our power back. But when I did the Nile, they talked about the 13 gates. There's 13 gates because I opened up the gates of heaven. They put my feet in the water. I thought I was just getting gifts. That one occurred on June 24th of this year. Then the Nile turned blood red, and then it dried up. And I called my power back from Sekhmet. She was murdered as well. And I have the Eye of Ra. My DM has the Eye of Horus, and we have to come together. So this is why the people on this planet can't see clearly yet, can't see the entirety of what this is yet, because once we unite, they will. It also has to do with Mt Shasta, because my DM has to put his energy in it, okay? So recently, Spirit told my DM if he doesn't step forward now, he can't ascend, because he's not listening to God. And he has a pure heart. That's why they chose him, hoping that he would always, because he does. For the ascension, we've had to have heart reviews. Every single one of you has had a heart review, and all of your past lives have been combined into this one. Because in order to ascend, we have to choose against that karma we've created, or different ways that we've chosen to the shadow before, right? Now, my new DM had a pure white heart, and that is why they chose him. I have a message from Malachi as well, for him and for all twin flames, for all of us. So I will read that too. But my new DM has a pure white heart, and that's why God chose him. So in his heart review, he always chooses God, right? Like he always chooses light, and he's just a pure person. He's a really good person. So that's why he was chosen. So I will say first and foremost that I have faith in him. I feel like he's going to come. I feel like he's going to show up, especially now that he's being called forward again. I feel like he needed that. I really do. And I'm getting chills as I said that. I feel like he needed that, okay? And I feel like he's going to come. I have full faith. It's in my heart. He's going to show up. So on July 22nd of this year, we have to do Mount Shasta again. He is being called forward. We have to go back there. He has to be with me. He can't do it in energetic form. And we have to do something. I don't even know what yet. And with that, everybody will awaken completely, which is going to be a beautiful thing. So right away, I'm going to tell you guys, I have faith in my DM. I really do. He's well aware of who he is. It's not an easy journey. He's a walk-in. So can you imagine taking on that kind of a soul? I mean, not only did he take it on, you can watch when my DM died on August 30th last year, he had a whole upgrade to a chakra system, because the person that I am, I have thousands of chakra systems. And they said that. They said that when I took us into 7D, because I activated dormant ones. So he had to get all of those. And so it's been a lot. The poor guy has gone through a lot. So I can't even imagine. I've gone through a lot, and I know he has too. Okay, so for all twin flames, it's been a doozy. For the ascension, it's been a doozy, and we almost didn't make it. So it is really a celebration, okay? The return of Christ has been completed. The only thing we're missing is my DM. But I will repeat, I have faith he will be here. But he has to come by July 22nd to do Mount Shasta, or he can't ascend, and he will be out. And I don't know what that means. I don't want to have another DM taken from me. I don't want that. It's very painful. I don't want anybody else. But it's hard. It's not an easy journey to step into, especially when it wasn't your original life path. Okay? 222. So that's the thing. I was like, why July 22nd? Okay? It's 7:22 at the 23rd, but at 2:22 p.m. Okay? Now my DM and my numbers is 22222. When my original DM and I united, it was at 22222. We were supposed to change the blueprint of love, which was 22222. So there's no coincidence that he's supposed to come on July 22nd by 2:22 p.m. because that's when we're supposed to do Mount Shasta. Now when this happens, the whole entire collective whole will awaken even more. They will be able to see clearly because the sun and the moon unite like they're supposed to be. The masculine and the feminine, right? They're all united in union and love. So that's why it's very important. And please, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, just watch the videos on my channel. Okay, it's a lot to catch up on. It has been witnessed, recorded over the years, processed by myself. It comes through me and it happens to me. And it is a lot to digest, but it's all, the proof is all there. So if you go back to my activating Fiji pyramids and all of the other ones, I say several times what the way the weather is going to change. I'm going to change this. This is changing. This is changing. And it's all being proven now. So that's why I say the proof is there. Okay? So now that I've gotten that out, my DM is being called forward for July 22nd at 2:22 p.m. 22222. So that way we can unite and clear Mount Shasta and awaken the entire collective soul. Mount Shasta is a very important portal. The first one I did on 11/11 of 2020. That's how long ago I started the Ascension stuff, okay? In 2019 I really started it. And you can pay attention to the changes of the world really started occurring that year. But 11/11 of 2020, I cleared Mount Shasta. It is on my page. You guys can go on my channel and watch that. Okay, it is in my Ascension playlist. It's a necessity. You can't really heal in that one too much. You might be able to a little bit. You can actually purchase that one if you want to. You don't have to. But it's in a portal. That's the first portal I activated. And it's relevant. Mount Shasta is a dark, energetic portal. It was not meant to be of the light. It was created, fastened, forced into the blueprint of our earth and what it once was. And when I cleared it on 11/11 of 2020, I activated Fiji right after that. Fiji is the Earth's root chakra. That is also the portal of the gods. Once I did that, we cut off life support to California, and Mt Shasta was dead to the earth. Okay, it is not an energetic portal of the light. It never was. Somehow people thought it was, and a lot of people would go worship there. But even the Native Americans, like the Hopis and everything, like it's there. They would say it's a dark portal. So my DM has to do something there. We need his light to keep it in balance for the collective soul. That way everybody can see clearly. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of everything. Now again, I feel like my DM is going to show up. I have faith in him because he has a pure heart. Why would he not want to ascend? And now I feel like maybe he felt awkward. Maybe he didn't know how to come forward. And now he has an avenue to do so. So I'm really happy about this. I have faith, you guys. I really believe in him. He's a beautiful soul. He is not the reason we got thwarted on the ascension at all. He's a sweetheart. His heart is pure, and I do feel it. He's amazing. We are energetically connected. I combined all twin flames DNA, chakra systems. His and mine were first. Okay, it's true. So if you're a twin flame, you have been connected to your other soul. Usually if one dies, the other dies too. That's why it was a big deal when mine died and I got the walk-in. Okay, so I have faith in him. I know he cares. I know he cares about you guys, and I know he cares about me. I know he does. He just doesn't know me yet. And the shadow is really good at keeping us apart. So hopefully he's learning, and hopefully he's ready. All right. So by July 22nd, he has to step forward, or he doesn't ascend. And I don't know what that means because I cannot handle losing another DM. So I hope you can hear that. So here's a message from Malachi for all twin flames. Okay. As I was coming on today, it was just started coming through, so I wrote it down. According to Malachi, all twin flames have turned a new direction. So they're going in a new direction, okay? Don't be surprised with big surprises. Here's what he said. Don't be surprised with big surprises. Like, wait, big surprises are surprising. Aren't you supposed to be surprised? It's a little bit weird. Believe in magic. Love and soul ties. Love rises. This was his message. And I get chills. Genuine comfort comes when we first allow some discomfort. Right? So sometimes, like I said, maybe it was like really hard for him to step forward because he doesn't have any clue what's going to happen or anything. It is kind of like an arranged marriage, but a really beautiful one. And our contract is, oh my gosh, it's magnificent. So, magic, love, soul ties, and love rises. Okay, and this is for all twin flames. Genuine comfort comes when we first allow some discomfort. Moving mountains and changing tides. That's what we're doing. Moving mountains and changing tides. Rising worth of another kind. So rising worth of another kind, that means he's really starting to feel his worth, his value, what he brings to the scenario, how much he matters, how much we all matter as twin flames. The masculine is starting to feel that, my DM. And so that makes me happy because he does matter, very much so. Okay, he's very much so worthy, and we need him. Okay, allow love to keep you from being and feeling blind. So that was his final part of the message, is to allow love to keep you from being and feeling blind, right? Because every time, as soon as we go to unite, something tries to stop us. There will be a phantom addiction pop in from my other DM, especially because he's the one who carried that, not the new one. My other DM had to clear major addictions because that's what he brought to the table during Adam and Eve, okay? So we had to clear that. And he died, so I had to do it on my own. So every time my DM might try to step forward or we go to try to feel love, we can be thwarted in a lot of ways. Addictions might rise. Smoke screens is what Spirit calls it. So he might have thoughts of, oh, she's going to hate me, or maybe I won't like her. Who knows, right? It's always something negative. And so that's why Malachi says, allow love to keep you from being and feeling blinded. Like, nope, I know I love her and I know she loves me. Period. There's such beautiful love here. Nothing else exists. Which is why I truly believe my DM will rise. He's going to come. I feel it in my heart. I know it in my soul. I feel like he just needed this nudge. But if he doesn't come, he can't ascend. If he does not come before July 22nd at 2:22 p.m., even if he showed up, I guess, at 1:59 p.m., that would be okay. But like let's do better than that, right? 2:22, and I said that. But he has to show by then or he can't ascend, because that'll be too many times not listening to God. Okay? That's what the ascension's about. If you don't listen to your nudges, if you don't listen to those heart-centered measure, and you don't let yourself be vulnerable and grow from what we once were, ascension is not guaranteed for you. Okay? Now, some people we all got heart reviews. I've talked about that. That's what the Egyptians would depict. And that's what the ascension is. You can't go into heaven on earth with any kind of shadow pieces. All right. So some people during their heart reviews, it's measured that they were too far in the darkness. There's nothing we can do with that. That's what happened to my other DM, and that is why my new DM has a pure heart. Okay. So it's one of those things where we have to live and let others live, or choose to die or go if they want to. Okay. Now I do have some cards. Here's the thing, is before I channeled the message from Malachi, they wanted me to grab this deck, and they called it New Directions. This is the elemental oracle. So this deck is all about north, east, south, and west, the directional pole. And so then I channeled the message, and they said New Directions. So the DM and I have gone in a new direction, which to me is very promising. Very, very, very good. I like that a lot. And I do want him to know I love him. And he has a safe space here. But I feel like he needed to be called forward. And this is our last chance, because if he doesn't do this, the collective soul is affected, right? Because his worth is that great. So I realized lately, ever since I went through the Sekhmet portal, you guys, I will say something and it's instantaneously created in my reality. And I'm like, whoa. Like, that was so fast. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I couldn't even deny it. Like, it's like, boom. Like I told you guys, right? Like, since I went through the Sekhmet portal and we weren't united and stuff. And what killed Sekhmet was smoke screens. That's why they depicted it with, like, beer in the river, where she drank so much beer she passed out and stopped killing people. It is smoke screens, addictions, those kinds of things, self-sabotage. And I've seen that play out, and I would ignore it. And they were like, be careful what you say. Because once you get through that final gate, it's instantaneous creation. Instantaneous manifesting. It's not a joke. And I had gotten an eviction notice. I've talked about this. And I'm like, oh God. And it looked like everything was falling apart for me. And I could have just been like, I'm done. Like, this is done, like what Sekhmet maybe did, right? Like, nope, I'm done. This doesn't matter anymore. I was like, no, God says it's this. And so I just kept going, and it worked. Instantaneous manifestation. That's the best thing I can say to you, okay? So it's true. There's major abundance. There's major love. There's major new beginnings in the new earth. You just have to clear your shadow, okay? So clear your shadow and watch these things occur. So I don't know if my DM is having the same experiences. They're saying not yet, because he hasn't made it through the portals. Because all he has to do is choose, right? Choose God every time you get a nudge. Choose light every time you get a nudge. But it is instantaneous manifesting. So I've noticed that. So be careful what you say and what you wish for, no matter who you are, but especially twin flames. Because I'm a leader of the 144,000, and so is my DM, okay? And all twin flames are in the 144,000. All right? It's making sense so far? So I'm really excited. If my DM doesn't show up on July 22nd for 2:22 p.m., he cannot ascend, and I don't know what's going to happen. I would probably have to get a new one, and I don't want that to happen. But I have faith he'll be here. I do. Because he's seeing his worth, and the collective message goes right along with that. So I have full faith. All right? I feel it in my heart. I feel like he needed to be called forward again. And I keep hearing a really good song. Really good songs from him, because twin flames do that as well. We exchange songs. We do have telepathic communication, but until he and I unite, there's a little questions like, right, was that really it? So be mindful of that. I could feel his heart. I could feel his heartbeat. I don't know, you could probably feel mine too, just the same. And anxiety, if we have anxiety, you could feel that. So it's quite powerful. What is up? So, July 22nd at 2:22 p.m. is the second going of Mount Shasta. This is going to allow the whole entire collective soul to be able to see. If my DM doesn't come forward, Malachi will be taking his light that day. That's what I'm hearing just now. If my DM doesn't come forward, they will be taking his light that day. I don't know what it means, because if he doesn't ascend, it's going to hurt me, and they're not going to allow that. Okay? They won't allow that. They won't allow that. That is what they're telling me right now. So I'm very thankful that they won't allow him to hurt me. But I don't want him to do that. Right? Yeah, I have faith. I feel like he needed to be called forward. I feel like he didn't know how to step forward again. But I think he wants to. I really do. It's just, it's soul growth times 22. Okay? And then the channel message from Malachi was very beautiful. And don't be surprised with big surprises. Believe in magic, love, and soul ties. Right? So that's what I'm doing. So I am going to pull some cards for the Twin Flame Collective. Okay? For everybody. Masculines and feminines. And see what they have to say. Now remember, it's based on a new direction. We have taken a new direction. That's what they're saying. And my DM song I'm going to share, because it's very loud right now. And it says, my future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. That's the song I've been hearing for the last couple of hours. And that's from my DM. So that's a positive. Okay? Now that is a positive, my friends. Alright, so let's see what these have to say. There's 3 in this deck I gotta pull. They're saying there's 3 in this deck that we need. So hang on. Only got 1 so far. I love this deck. The silver foil on the edges is so beautiful. There's 2. I need to get my new deck out here. It's the Ascension Portals. There's 3. Woohoo! Alright. Forgive. 1 always falls on the floor. So let's see what they have to say from the cards for all twin flames, okay? Oh. Ooh. Okay, you ready? This is for all twin flames. I've got more cards to pull. This is the baseline. It goes with Malachi's message. So we have speaking your word, using your voice, but also like I had said just a bit ago, is it's instantaneous manifesting. If you have bypassed and cleared your shadow through the Sekhmet portal, which is the 13th gate, you guys, of the Ascension, it's instantaneous manifesting. So watch what you say. And that's what I've been doing. Literally just speaking to it, speaking to him, speaking to it, and speaking the world in creation. And so that's what that talks about too, is like speaking your word, using your voice. It's very powerful creation. But there is motion, there is movement. 22, you see the number? I can't make that up. There is movement. And this has to do with mind space, taking control of the mind space, and realizing what is real and what isn't. Realizing what is truly your thoughts and what is not has occurred. Okay? Then we have joy and music. Joy and music. So it's being able to decipher what is real. There is true motion. There is true movement occurring right now. And that's why Spirit said it was a new direction. Okay, this is for all twin flames. And there is joy. There is music. This is pure joy. This is like freedom. This is like a very beautiful card. That's the best thing. I guess new beginnings. This is new beginnings. Okay? So very good stuff. And then I need to pull from my masculine moon deck. Let me upgrade it really quick. Yeah, we get them, we tika yun dia we bai kita ang ko yun I can feel it. Nice little shift. We do have to upgrade our tools and modalities. They were created in third dimensional form, and we are no longer there on this planet. So you have to keep that in mind. If you haven't used a deck in a month or two, before you use it, cleanse it and upgrade it. Do you know how to do that? I hope so, okay? For whoever needed that message. I know Amy's here. She's still here. She knows how to do that. Or at least we do it in our workshops a lot. So, all right. Let's see what else we have to say. Spirit has to say, I should say, woo, jeez, DM rising, oh, jeez, you guys, you see these popping out? Like, holy majoli. I have faith. Jeez, one more they're saying. There's one more. Like, I don't feel him a lot, but I feel like that's intentional too. He's that way. He's very private. He's very personal. And there was one time I wasn't feeling him, and I got like this song or something, and it was about like, don't take it personal. I just need space. So he's very private. It's weird when you have your own life, and then all of a sudden you're connected energetically to somebody like we are. It's probably like, oh my gosh, what can they hear? What do they see? And you try to keep it private, right? So he is like that a lot. He gets very private, and I like that. I really do like him a lot. And I'll be damned if it's not him stepping forward. All right, so we have faith in your dreams. Okay? Have faith in your dreams. This is for all twin flames. Hard work is paying off. Your hard work is paying off. Have faith in your dreams. If you are not heart-centered, though, you've got to do that first, okay? It's a time for healing. And that's why this one's coming out. These two together. It's a time for healing. So what do you need to release? Okay? What do you need to release? Release it now, because when he comes, and we, either way, Mount Shasta is getting cleared. 3222. Either way, Mount Shasta is getting cleared with blue light. It has to. Otherwise, the collective soul would be in trouble because they can't see clearly. So if my DM doesn't come, Malachi's taking on his light and doing the work for him. And then my DM can't ascend. And that is not what I want at all. At all. Okay? He has to be here. That is not what I want at all. I want my DM. So if he comes, it's going to be even more powerful. All right? Hard work is paying off. Have faith in your dreams. Time for healing. What do you need to release? Expect powerful changes. This is not a joke, okay? Mount Shasta is a key. It was the first ascension portal I did. So people have to be able to see clearly. Expect powerful changes. And Mount Shasta is a volcano. I don't think, though, that matters because I've cut off all life support to California. There is zero life support. I think Amy remembers me doing that. She's been with me from the beginning of time. From the beginning of my journey, I should say. Probably from the beginning of time. Lord knows. Who knows? Right? We usually travel as a soul family, so that would make sense. But it is the first portal that I activated. It's a very, very, very important one. And we have to be able to get through it to see clearly. And that's what that portal represents, because it was a false concept of a false world. Okay? So all of California was cut off from life support. Right after that, yep, I saw that. Yep, Amy's already signed up. She can't wait. And then when I activated Fiji is when we completely cut it off from life support. So even though Mount Shasta is a volcano, I don't think that one will erupt. They're saying it won't. But it, like, if it does, right? Sweet. I think there's a delay on your comments though, but that's okay. I'll try to keep that in mind. But either way, California will not remain as part of the Earth's blueprint. It cannot. It was too dark, too corrupted, and Mount Shasta was used. That's the best thing to put. See this painting behind me? If you guys watch my first video on clearing Mount Shasta back on 11/11 of 2020, There were so many souls trapped there. And that is what they would use it for. Okay, it was a very dark portal. Okay, so whether or not this union causes that, I don't know. All I know is it has to be completed. And California will eventually fall. When? I don't know. They will never tell you. They will never tell you, but I can tell you it will not remain part of the Earth's blueprint. The Earth, the waterways, everything's changing, which was also part of all of the messages I've been giving, is that the land is moving, Earth is shifting, water's moving, and that's going to continue to do so. So is the weather. We can't change it. There's nothing faking it. They're not causing it against you. This is not warfare because I've cut them off of all of their senses. And that is true. Okay? So this is a very beautiful message. And I will repeat, I believe the DM will come. I have faith. I feel it in my heart space. I'm so excited to meet him and to love him and to rise him up. And I'm honored that I even got the opportunity to be a part of him because he has a pure heart, and so did I. And that makes me really excited. Does that mean we're perfect? No. No, just because you have a pure heart doesn't mean you're perfect. It just means that you choose light. You choose light, you choose light, you don't choose darkness. Okay? So I'm really excited. But if he doesn't come, either way, Mount Shasta's getting done. Malachi will take his light, and he won't get to ascend, so he won't get to keep that soul. Okay? I don't know if that means I don't think he'll die like my first DM. They said no, but he's going to lose everything he was given. Okay? And he won't get to ascend all the way. So I don't see that happening. I'm not even trying to put that into the creation. Because I feel like he's a special person. And I feel like he's learned a lot in this last almost year. And I don't blame him for anything. I think he's amazing. And I feel like he'll show up. I think he cares. But also what Malachi said is I think it's rising worth of another kind. I feel like he can feel he's needed and he's wanted. And I feel like he can finally see his worth. And that takes a minute to get there, doesn't it? It takes a healed person. And so hopefully that's what that is talking about. So either way, July 22nd, 2:22 p.m., Mount Shasta will be completed and everybody will be able to see clearly. It's a big awakening pull. This is not a joke. So if you need to release something now, I would be release something now, right? Heal now, get to releasing and healing, because this is a huge portal shift coming. Gosh. And then I think there's another 777 portal right after that, which talks about earth shift as well, and new beginnings and hard work paying off. So this is a big deal, you guys. It's a really big deal. And the divine masculine and feminine's blueprint, mine and my DMs, was 22222. So there's no coincidence. It's on July 22nd at 2:22 p.m. I didn't push for that. Spirit did. I woke up the other day and they're like, do this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I got a little hesitant. I'm like, are we sure we want to do this? And they said, do this. Hold in your heart. They actually told me like 2 days before to hold it in my heart that he'll show up. So that's what I'm doing. So as the card said, what did it say? Use your voice. Speak your earth. Speak your world into fruition. Speak what you want only. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And anytime those dark thoughts come up or the dark energy, just don't play into it. Remember, there's love here. So much love for all masculines and all feminines. And don't allow any part of the ego or the shadow to keep you misaligned. That's from your heart-centered actions, from being together, from anything of the light. Because this is very powerful. When I do these portal activations, I have seen time and time again people go through them and struggle with that shadow. Okay? And so don't give up. Just fight that shadow. Choose the light. It's a change in perception, perspective, and of heart movement. Okay? So I'm really excited. So I've been working out. I don't know if you can tell at all. I don't like to show my whole body, but I've been doing everything I can do on my side because he's a king and he deserves that. Okay? So hold that in your guys' heart space. that we all deserve to align, right? That all twin flames deserve that love. Because we all affect each other in truth, especially my DM and I. Okay? Hold in your heart space that you deserve joy. Because that's why I love my DM song today. It's a song I've had for the last maybe hour, maybe two. It's My Future So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades. And if you're ascending, that's what it's about. Okay? Those that get to ascend actually get heaven on earth, you guys. And all 144,000 were supposed to be in that. We did lose a couple. There's nothing we can do about that. All right? But if you are ascending, you are supposed to be able to have the golden gates, the golden era, because it's the righteous, right? You don't have darkness in your heart. Yeah. So Mount Shasta was a very powerful workshop. And then Fiji was off the charts insane. So Mount Shasta was clearing a shadow. It was a big component of the shadow. There was no pure light there. It was darkness. And they used it. So what they did was they stole God's light in a lot of ways. That's what the return of Christ was about, was taking the power back, my power back in every arena. Mount Shasta was number one. That is a very big portal everybody has to go through. That's why the DM light has to be in it. It has to be in balance. Okay, so it was very powerful. The first time I did that one, it took me 30 days, I think it was, to process all those souls, because it was hundreds and hundreds of souls that I pulled out of Mount Shasta, and they were all murdered. Oh my gosh, in brutal, brutal ways. Okay, some of them were like tested and prodded and mutilated. This is what they're showing me. And you know all those stories about all those missing people and things like that? Yeah, look to Mount Shasta. Okay, so it was very dark. And then once I cleared it, we went to Fiji, and I activated the pyramid in Fiji, which is under the water. Then there's also how many islands was in Fiji? I think it was like 33. I don't remember. It was a very relevant number. 333 is all about God. 13 is all about God. Okay. Fiji, I activated the pyramid under there. We opened up the portal of the gods there. This is all on my channel. You can go and watch it. It's in the Ascension playlist. These were workshops that came through me. And then we reactivated the Ursa root chakra there, and that's when we cut off the life support to California. It's dead. California cannot have any life support at all. At all. And there was also a case like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, in California where all of like the pot, you know how they grow a lot. It's a pot everywhere. It's become legal a lot of places. Well, all of the crops across Colorado or California were like, something was really bad with them, right? Yes, I am ascending. Hell yeah. Something was really bad with them, and they all like, I don't know what they did. I don't think they burned up, but it was really bad. Like, you can already start to see bad things are happening to California. And then Lake Mead started drying up right after I did those. And I didn't know what it meant to cut off life support to California yet, but Lake Mead started drying up. And then all these dead bodies were found in it, and I'm like, this is disgusting. How many of us are drinking water from dead bodies? Like, I don't care how many times they filter that. Drink up, buttercup. That's what I kept saying. I'm like, this is gross. So you kind of start to learn and to see how dirty the earth really was, and the kind of conditions that you were truly living in was hell. It was not light. Now, another funny component to that is the White House just got busted with a bunch of coke. That's what my old DM used to do. He would sell it. He would do it. That was one of the many things he did, but that was his drug of choice. And I find it funny how I cleared it for him, which is why that hurt me so bad. When I took on the blue light, I felt that component he didn't clear. But it was very painful to clear those addictions, by the way. I don't know what happened. It says something went wrong, but it still says it's live, so I don't know. But now they're finding that in the White House. I'm like, yep, I told you. I find that funny as all hell, by the Situation Room. So you guys, I do encourage you to go back through my videos, because if you're actually watching from beginning to end, I know it's a lot, but that's the way God works. 4444. It's very detailed and very small messages. Everything's proven. I say what's going to happen to the earth. I've been saying the weather's going to change like this. I say these things are going to happen. I'll say that. I'll call out volcanoes that are going to erupt, and then they do. Tornadoes, just different things. Fires. When the fire started in Colombia, watch my pyramid activations in Colombia. If you watch my pyramid activations in Colombia, we also did the Congo, Kenya, and Kilimanjaro in that one. That's when those fires started. And I said in there that God will stop them when he sees fit. So when I tell you the proof is there, it really is. It's just there for those that can see. Right? Because how does the light work? Do they want darkness mucking it up anymore? No. So when somebody comes to my channel and they're like, I need to see the proof, blah, 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 it's like, well, look at the videos. But it's there for those that can see. Okay? So I encourage you guys to check them out. If you found me, there's a reason. Trust me. If you found me, if you can hear me, if you can see me, there's a reason. So just stick around and check out these videos and look for things that ask Spirit to show you, right? Like say, show me proof. Look for the proof. Watch the videos. Listen to the things I say, the messages, everything. The proof is always there. I can't be right about 90% of things and then wrong about the biggest things. No. So the way spirituality works, it happens when I do it in the workshops, and then it becomes a part of your reality, and it begins to play out in your reality. That is who I am, that is what I do, and that is who my DM is too. He holds the eye of Horus, I hold the eye of Ra, which is why we have to come together, so that everybody can see. So July 22nd at 2:22 p.m. we are clearing Mount Shasta. I am hoping it's my DM right by my side holding my hand. He has to unite with me. He can't do it in the energy. If he does not show up, Malachi will be taking his light and he will lose that part of the soul. Okay? It is what it is. We have to move forward. We can't wait anymore. But he has a pure heart. I believe in him. And I don't want anybody else at all. I want him. So much love to all of you. Keep your head up. Watch what you say because you speak it into reality. Especially if you've gone through the 13th portal like I did. Okay? It is portals. The ascension is going up to God, but God is here. Earth has now become heaven on earth rather than what people call hell. So welcome. Let's see what's going to happen. And it's right before my birthday. My birthday is at the end of this month. So if the DM can hear that, show up and it'll be the best birthday I've ever had. Period. So much love to all of you. Have a freaking amazing day. Go do something beautiful that you've never done before because you may never get a chance to. Again, I'll see you guys later. Bye.